Hello everyone, this is Pooka and welcome to another game I played on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. And of course, this is also from Bad Deck Monday. And in this video, we're going to be bringing back an old favorite. We're going to be bringing back Aggron. Now, Aggron is from Dragons Exalted. It's a Stage 2 Pokemon with the ability Toppling Wind. When you put it into play, you discard the top 3 cards from your opponent's deck. And that is the only point of this deck, to deck out the opponent. Basically, through Aggron, Devolution Spray, and Sableye Junk Hunting for Devolution Spray, we're going to try to use Toppling Wind so many times that my opponent runs out of cards. It looks like we're going up against, well, an actual archetype. We're going up against Virizion Genesect, and looks like my opponent has a Grass and a Team Plasma badge, so threatening a turn 1 Emerald Slash. I hope not. I've never actually pulled that off with that deck. We'll see what happens though. Opponent is dragonboy477. Looks like it's my doppelganger. Has the exact same style as me. But, oh no! It actually is going to happen. There's a Chorus Machine and a Sky Arrow Bridge. And I am actually going to get hit with an Emerald Slash. Turn 1. This is extremely unlikely to happen, even if you play like 4 of everything. This still doesn't happen very often, so I am under tons and tons of pressure this turn. Not only am I going second, but I'm going second staring down a turn 1 Emerald Slash, which will do 50 to my Aggron, and then also puts 2 Grass Energy on the Genesect. So this is not cool. Not cool at all. Alright, so I'm going to bench a second Aggron here. And I can Skyla or I can N. I think I'm just going to N. I'm not going to play the Life Dew that is reserved for Sableye only. And alright, we got a pretty good hand off of the end. I was pretty worried there. I could have actually lost turn 2. Both Aggrons could have been knocked out by a Megalo Cannon from Genesect EX, so that would have been very bad. But now I have a level ball, and I have to decide what do I want to take with this. My first reaction is to take a third Aggron and get that into play, but I think I'm actually better off getting a Mr. Mime. I need to block the bench damage from that pesky Genesect EX. And, I also have a decision here. Do I want to Junk Hunt or do I want to use Tropical Beach? And I think I am going to just catch up Virizion, try to stall for a turn, and Tropical Beach to fill my hand up to 7. Seems like the way to go here. He does put down another Sky Arrow Bridge right away, so he'll get free retreat again. But basically I was thinking, there aren't any good things in my discard pile. There's like a level ball, which I would rather just try to draw into more stuff in this case. But I am under so much pressure here. Looks like we have an N, and I might be staring down a turn 2 Megalo Cannon. Looks like that is exactly what's happening. Even a Plasma Energy gets attached to the Genesect so he can red signal. And oh no! Goes right for Mr. Mime. Taking that out. Taking away my bench barrier, so now all my benched Pokemon are indeed vulnerable. We'll see what happens though. My hand is not so great. Still not so great. I will have an enhanced hammer to discard the plasma energy off of the active, I suppose. That's not so bad. We're going to have a tool scrapper. I don't think this is very relevant. I don't see my opponent ever using G-Booster against Stabilize. Maybe against Aggron in the future, but I don't see it really happening. But anyway, looks like we are just going to be in tons of trouble this game. I really don't know what to do at this point. I am facing a turn 2 Genesect EX with an Aggron deck, first of all. And I'm going to be behind, way far behind, and I'm not sure how to stop it, but we'll try our best. Alright, So it looks like I'm just going to junk hunt here for level ball and a random receiver since I did not have a supporter card. I want to get random receiver back so that I can get a supporter and draw more cards next turn. We have a team plasma badge onto a Mewtwo. I'm not sure why my opponent put that Mewtwo down. If I'm looking at it, I'm going to say, alright, this is actually my one way to possibly come back in this game. If I can catch up Mewtwo and kind of lock it in place, maybe I'll get a few turns to use Toppling Wind with Aggron. And if I buy enough turns, maybe I'll discard enough cards where I can win. So that's got to be the plan here. So turn 3, we're going to get hit by another Megalo Cannon. 20 more to the Lairon. Really big bummer. But we'll see if we can deal with it. Alright, here we go. First, Toppling Wind. Discard a Sky Arrow, a Virizion EX, and an Ultra Ball. And actually, somehow my opponent only has 17 cards left. How did this happen? Boy, he must have been burning through his deck big time with Junipers. And I wasn't even paying attention. That's actually kind of silly. Not, I can actually probably win this game seeing that. It's kind of weird, but I think I might be able to win. I have a decision. Do I want to N or Juniper? If I N, I shuffle cards back into his deck. And I draw one less card. But I could also possibly disrupt him and buy myself more time. But I'm just going to go ahead with the Juniper here, opting to draw extra cards in this situation since, I really don't have a whole lot to work with. And yeah, I am going to play this Pokemon catcher on to the Mewtwo. Might as well bring that thing out. Then we'll go ahead and Super Rod, a Sableye, a Dark, and get back my buddy Mr. Mime, because we may need him in the future to block more bench damage from that Megalo Cannon. And now we need to junk hunt here, try to get some more stuff into play so that we can possibly deck my opponent out. So this is still a long ways away from happening. I have no more Lairon ready to evolve. I just have the one Aggron. I didn't want to use Devolution Spray on it, because if I did, then Megalo Cannon could finish it off, because Lairon has 90 HP, Aggron has 70 damage on it already. So if I devolve it, then I basically just get knocked up by Megalo Cannon. And I didn't want that to happen. Alright, so looks like my opponent just attached to Mewtwo and retreated, which is fine. It just does have a 1 retreat cost. I wasn't expecting to stick the Mewtwo active that turn. It's kind of like a strategy where you do it over and over and over and over, and then maybe at some point he will not have an energy, and you can just keep junk hunting for catcher. That is the idea there. But looks like I'm going to level ball for a Lairon here. And I do need an energy to junk hunt this turn. We're going to catch the Mewtwo back out. And again, try our strategy. This turn I'll need to N, unfortunately, which will shuffle cards back into his deck. Counterproductive, but if he doesn't have an energy to retreat, that works out very well for me. Because I'll be able to buy myself a turn, which is definitely worth it. Maybe get an extra Toppling Wind off if that is possible. And hey, I draw another Tropical Beach. So that is even better. I can get rid of the Sky Arrow Bridge, and he'll return to a 2 retreat cost, which is awesome. And I'm going to go ahead and use Junk Hunt here. It's an interesting decision on what to take. I'm going to take a level ball for sure, just to get another Lairon in play next turn. I might just take 2 level balls, honestly. I could take that, or maybe a catcher in case he does get the Mewtwo out of the active spot. But I decided to go with the 2 level ball. We'll try to set up as much as possible. Now here is a Shadow Triad. I think it's the second one we've seen. Yeah, I think so. Shadow Triad for a Plasma Energy. So we'll see if he can actually retreat this turn. It's going to attach to Mewtwo, and looks like we have a Chorus Machine. And that means he'll be able to retreat, which is a bummer. I'll get hit by Megalo Cannon again. But oh, actually he decides to X-Ball here. That might buy me the turn I need to win this game. Alright. So we're going to level ball for a Lairon. And maybe we're going to start to get rolling here. Maybe it's too late, but we're going to Toppling Wind again. Discard a few supporters. Can level ball again. It looks like I'll have to get Mr. Mime because my fourth Lairon is prized. That's okay though. We're going to Hypnotoxic Laser and get a Tails, but that's fine. And Juniper for a fresh 7. And alright, we got Life Dew. We can Devolution Spray the Aggron. Put that back into my hand so that next turn I can evolve to Aggron again. You cannot de-evolve and re-evolve on the same turn. You have to wait a turn. But we can go ahead and Junk Hunt here. And I can get all sorts of stuff. Not sure what exactly the best is to get here. Probably a Devolution Spray, since I can continue my chain of Aggrons with that. And I guess I'm also going to take a Pokemon Catcher in case he does decide to retreat the Mewtwo. Because if Mewtwo stays active, I'm actually fine with that. I'm not really worried about getting hit by X-Ball every turn, especially now that I have the Life Dew on the active Sableye. My opponent has already played a Tool Scrapper, so a Sableye probably will not give up a prize here. Life Dew is pretty sweet like that. We do see a Shadow Triad for a G-Booster. I don't envision that helping him too much, since Sableye only has 70 HP, and that's going to be active for me most of the time. But hey, whatever works. And now, I'm going to have a big turn here. We're going to be able to use Toppling Wind and discard the top 3. Let's see, we get Juniper, Sky Arrow, Virizion EX. Wow, he plays 4 Sky Arrow Bridge. That's crazy. So we get to pick up that Aggron, lay it on the new Lairon, Toppling Wind, discard 3 more, and then we can de-evolve that Aggron. And, you know, I have a Skyla as well. We'll go ahead and play this. And I do play 1 rare candy in this deck. Normally you just want to evolve through Lairon, but sometimes one is prized, so maybe rare candy isn't so bad. It doesn't work well with Devolution Spray, but sometimes it can get you an extra Toppling Wind like this. Discard the top 3. Take that. And now we're getting pretty close to a deck out here. I'm going to retreat into my Sableye. And we're just going to capture something that doesn't have energy on it. Get out here, Tropius. And let's Junk Hunt once again. I can just grab 2 Devolution Spray, I suppose. And I think this game might be all wrapped up. As weird as that sounds. We looked at a turn 1 Emerald Slash, turn 2 Megalo Cannon with our Aggron deck. And I may end up winning here. I'm not quite sure how to explain this one. But I guess Aggron's pretty good. Discarding their deck somehow has worked. My opponent plays an N. Shuffles in and draws 3, and I redraw my Devolution Spray. So it looks like I'll be able to Toppling Wind next turn and Toppling Win next turn. And it looks like we have a Bicycle for 1. Oh, so I actually just win. Alright, so Aggron takes down Virizion Genesect. Yeah, I don't know. How did this happen? I don't know. Turn 1 Emerald Slash, turn 2 Megalo Cannon, and lose to Aggron. That's Virizion Genesect. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had fun with it, and I'll have some more videos for you soon. I am Pooka from the Top Cut, and I will see you guys next time.